I don't know, what is a small penis? So now we'll have to have a conversation about a small penis and what is a small penis and what is a big penis and who defines a small and who defines it as big and who, like, I guess a small penis is a small penis, but it's like, let's say that I feel the conversation would be a fair conversation if we start to understand that potency has nothing to do with the size of your penis, the size of your tits or your ass. These are external markers, and these external markers may be conditioned through generations and may have nothing to do with potency anymore. Once upon a time, maybe there was a correlation. I'm not saying no, I'm not saying yes. But what I feel that the confusion, where the confusion lies is that, well, there's all kinds of shapes. Like I remember I was 20. I had moved to a dorm in university, and I moved in intentionally with a girl because I don't have no sister, so I wanted to live with a woman and see what the experience was. And we were at Mickey D's. I was very happy having my McExtra with cheese. They don't have McExtras anymore. With my 3 nuggets entree, I was very happy. It was my moment. It was maybe 5 in the afternoon, and I decided to have a chit chat about dick sizes with her. I'm not too sure why. And I was giving her my thesis on why dick sizes make no sense. Now, of course, if I'm saying that, it must be because I have a small penis. So now that we've resolved the issue that I have a small penis, let me just go ahead and expound my theory. And I gave her the example. It's like, well, in nature you have all kinds of shapes and forms. And if we use the example of a bird, specific birds that go and fuck with different kinds of flowers. So you have a specific kind of flower that I don't know how to call them, I ain't no specialist of flowers, but it's got like its tube is long like this. So it draws a certain kind of bird that's got a super beak that's long and curved, right? So in nature, what do we see? So then it's like that bird would show off that it's got a long ass beak. Well, this is our modern age. Look at me. Oh, wow, did you see the size of his beak? It's like, yeah, but that bird is made to fuck with that kind of species or plant or flower. So how come these principles don't apply to human beings? So there's all kinds of human beings. Some women are tall and their vagina inside is very small. The uterus is right there. It's barely this big, the vagina. Some women, their vagina the entry is big like this. I'm exaggerating. Some women are very tall. Some women are very short. Some women are internally bigger. Some are heavier. All kinds of forms. There's so many forms in nature. So isn't it obvious that there should be also forms of penises, just like there's forms of vulvas and forms of, because you don't see the inside of a vagina unless you put your hand in or you shove something in it, right? So you see the external form, the vulva, its appearance. And I know a lot of women feel self-conscious about the shape of their vulva. It shouldn't look like this, it should look like this. I have small lips, I have big lips, I have no lips. It's too much of this, not enough of that. And then we have the men. My balls are like this, or my penis is like that, or it curves like this, or it curves like that. So you have all this mental obsession. And in a way, you're like, well, there's just different kinds of vulvas. Like this Mercedes, BMW. Let's just use the same range of cars, right? This is a Lexus. Why should they all look the same? And the same applies for a penis. Why should they all look the same? Maybe this is, let's say you got a car, it's a super compact car. If this car fucking blows and fucking has so much intensity all packed into a little fucking thing, and then you have a fucking bus. Bus is slow as fuck. Yeah, but it's a bus. It can fit like 20 people or 50 people. Yeah, but it's slow as fuck. Then you got a little car that, I don't know, I see it's that Scion car. I don't know what it is. It looks great. Asians drive that car. And they have like another, it doesn't matter. This car is compact. There's not one wasted amount of space. It's got a lot of torque in a small frame, and it's gonna fly. You know that. You just look at it, you're like, so different shapes, volumes, intensities in a different wand. In Star Wars, those of you who know Star Wars, they all have different kind of, what is it called? Lightsaber. Some lightsabers have a curve, some is our dual lightsaber, some is longer, some is shorter, some is bulkier, depending on the kind of grip that the Jedi wants to have. Harry Potter, they all have different fucking wands. Well, why? That one is made of that wood, it's got that shape and that form, and does this and specializes for these things. And look, if I watched Harry Potter 20 years ago, I don't remember, but I kind of remember vaguely that there was a whole thing about him finding his fucking wand. It was a thing. And if I'm not mistaken, the wand and him had to choose and love each other, like in the movie Avatar, the fucking dragon and the blue person there has to be a match, right? Amazing. So there's an understanding in certain symbols. It's like, yeah, but it's not because the car looks like this that it's not powerful. It may have a special skill set or special attributes that one doesn't have. But this one has that special skill set and that attribute. And now the question is, okay, so what's the special skill set that wand has? What does it specialize in? There's a universal wand. There's ones that do just this. There's one that just do this like perfectly. There's one that like, right? So to take nature and consider it this way is a forgotten skill. It's like people don't want to do that. They just have this obsession and a misunderstanding. And modern culture insists on this and uses that to humiliate. Just use the external appearance. Oh, I have an ugly vulva. There's a song from we were a kid driving a stolen car. I don't want no short dick man. Don't want no short dick man. Right? So imagine you listen to this. Now that's a weaponized. Because again, the penis, the phallus, it's a phallus, not a penis. The phallus represents the masculine power. The power, and I've already told you before that I am the penis. My whole being is a penis, and my phallus is the plug. Now, why is all the obsession invested into the plug? It's the power in my spine that I'm able to channel specifically in accordance to my constitution and my capacities, and then my penis is the plug. My phallus is the plug that I plug into the socket, which would be the vagina and the womb. But all these deeper understandings of sexuality are removed for just facade, and like I was saying now, and they're weaponized to look, you're a short penis man. Imagine we were in the car, I remember, I'm 14, I'm not supposed to drive the car, I'm driving the car, and we're listening to, at the time they used to have these like pop dance music on the radio, so we're listening to the song, and it's just systematically, it's already programming you. What's the woman doing? She's insulting. She wants to have frame over men and say, listen, I'm a superwoman, and if you ain't coming with big cock and big power, fuck you. She's already putting that in your brain, and she's already creating a tension in the man, so that the man says, I'm the man with a big cock, let me show you. So that he can now try to show his manhood to that woman. So the point is, this is a weaponized. So as a man, if you're any bit sensitive, and let's say you're 14, and your penis is not obviously supremely big, it's in average range, what are you going to say? Well, and you're not a specialist, you didn't see a million penises. You're going to be like, well, maybe I have a small penis. Culture is now encouraging my insecurity because nobody's teaching me what a phallus is. Nobody's teaching me what masculine power is. All they're doing is attribute it to a symbol, and I don't even have the maturity to understand. Well, maybe that's a super packed car. Maybe that's a ram, like the animal. Maybe that's a horse. Maybe that's a dancer. Maybe this is a snake. I don't know. Different animals. So maybe my phallus it represents a different kind of animal force, or just that gives us a better symbol in our brain. No, none of that is that. It's just it's a standardized. It's compared to pornography, and this is what now it should be. And then the woman is conditioned to think that this is what a penis is. It's that, and then she's in her brain gets aroused by the ideas that were put in her brain through modern culture, pornography, and all these images, and then expects that, and then projects no interest in power, no interest in self. None. All that is gone, and all now is like shape. Now the guy is like, well, look at that vagina. That's not how I jacked off on that vagina, and all right. Some guys like specific porn actresses. Now, I don't watch porn, but I guess guys are still doing what guys do, right? Tara Patrick, right? This is from early 2000. So you're accustomed to masturbating to her vagina and what it looks like, and that's for you the peak of vaginahood. And then when you're meeting a girl, if you're able to meet a girl, that's not Tara Patrick's vagina. That's what a vagina should look like. So that's another vagina. Now it looks not pretty to you because it doesn't look like the vagina you've been conditioned to see. But what's wrong with that vagina? Ain't nothing wrong with that vagina. It's different. Well, different. All vaginas are the same at the end of the day from a point of view. But it's like, yeah, it looks different. Like that car is not exactly like that car. What's the issue? No, I only like Ferraris. I'm like, well, did you see that Beamer? You don't tell me that the M4 don't look great. It's a beautiful automobile. I can even look at a Honda Civic. That's a nice Honda Civic. It looks great. They did a good job at building a car. So what's that obsession with only one thing? Everything else is shit. So I'm going to tell you where that comes from. And I've been saying it in the series with this shirt since the start. It's like everything is external. The real power has been removed and all we want is the external symbols. And we attribute to these symbols whatever value we want. It's false. And if you fall for it, you're gonna get caught because no matter what, you can't win. No matter what. Or unless you think you're winning, I'm telling you, you cannot. That's not where the power comes from. The power comes from somewhere more profound inside of you. And that power is, everyone has it if they cultivate it and develop it. So that means we're no longer limited by bogus external factors. Well, that means he's got a better penis than me because my penis is like this, or my penis is this, he wins. I'm like, well, that's not how it works. Remember what we were saying before. There's a woman, she has a specific desire, a specific intent inside of her that she needs to fulfill, and she's looking for the appropriate power. I never spoke about the appropriate penis. You took a whole human being, you took a whole man with everything that he is and can be and will be, and you've reduced it to a member that could be swollen? How ridiculous is that? Like, you realize how stupid this is? It's so preposterous. And even as I'm speaking, I can feel the resistance. I'm like, well, no, I want a man with this and that and this and that. I'm like, okay, great. Like, what am I supposed to say? Like, there needs to be a deeper investigation into what sexual power really is so that there's an actual respect of the member that you have, that the God has given to you so that you can also maximize it. And that the woman can also do that, and that you can learn how to utilize the wand that has been granted to you by the nature power, and to make the best of it, so that you can actually procreate, create for creation, and birth, and proliferate, so that your creation is of service to others. Because at the end of the day, that is what it's about. But not in your superficial melody mind.